Hey everyone, it's Designer Barbie 86. I'm coming back to you with another Get Ready With Me video. This is Saturday morning, straight out of bed look, and I'm going to show you how I go from looking like this to ready to go out of the house to run errands. I'm going to start with some foundation here, and this is just a Maybelline All Day Wear foundation. It's lightweight and I love wearing it. This is my blender brush by Tarte, and I'm going to go in and use that to blend this all over my face. And sorry about that little correction on the foundation. It's actually a L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow 24-hour foundation with SPF 15. I wear it every day. So now I'm just using my hand kind of as a palette for my foundation, and I'm using my Tarte buffer brush to work this in all over my face. And I love this brush. It's very soft and fluffy. It was about $40, but it's worth every penny. I use this all the time, and I just cleaned it today. It is so amazing. Okay, you guys, the next thing I do in my beauty routine is concealer. I like to use this to hide dark circles and to highlight. This is the Sheer Envy Color Correct Cushion Wonder. It's got a little cushion tip on the front, which is so nice because it's kind of like a beauty blender built into your concealer stick. It's a liquid concealer, and this one is a nice highlighter as well. Like I said, it's very smooth, very foundation-like, and so it can be a little bit thin if you need thicker coverage or heavier coverage for like a spot treatment of a pimple or something. This is not probably the best concealer, but it is a good one for under-eye circles and brightening up certain areas of your face. So I'm going to dot this in along my eyes. Just going to kind of blend off the excess along my jawline because I tend to let my makeup get really dark there. And then I usually just go in and highlight a few more areas around like my T-zone and right down my nose, and usually above my lip, right in the center, and on my chin. But I think I'm going to skip that step today. So if you're looking for a good illuminating concealer, try Hard Candy Sheer Envy Color Correct. Next, I'm going to break out my contouring brush, and I'm actually going to use it to highlight. So I am going in with my Wet n Wild Mega Glow Illuminating Palette in the color palette Catwalk Pink. And I like to use this gold color and this darkest pink, and I like to use that kind of as a shimmering blush on the very top edge of my cheekbones. Just want to use that to both give me that blushing look as well as that glow that you want in that area. And I'm just going to blend that out, and I usually kind of hit the same spots where I would normally contour because I like to have a little bit of that glow blended into my contour. What is going on with my hair here? Some kind of crazy hair is out of place. Sorry about that, guys. I get distracted so easily. I'm actually wearing my hair extensions in this video. If you can't tell, there is a slight difference in my hair color, and if my hair were styled, you probably wouldn't be able to tell. So anyways, here I am going in with my Essential Nudes palette eyeshadow collection. And I actually got this at the store Five Below last year around Christmas time. And I like this collection because it has both a shimmer color and a flat color in the same tone in this palette. And it's nice because like you can choose whether you want to be a bit glittery or if you want to be a little bit more subtle. And they're also really nice shades to build. So in this look today, I'm trying to create a really open eye look because I actually have smaller eyes and I actually have a bit of a hooded eye shape. So what I'm trying to do is carve out a contour on my eyelid, and I'm going to focus on keeping the actual lid part of my eyelid very light. So that's why I'm going in with this pale yellow that's the most brightening. And then I'm going to go in with a angled brush right here, and I like to use that to kind of carve out the crease in my eyes. And I'm also going to use that to highlight the lower lash line too with a darker, probably a shade of brown, or even maybe a shade of this kind of like charcoal black or deep brown. So let's start with this medium brown color here. That's going to be a nice in-between color to make this shadowy eye, this sculpted contoured look. And you're going to see me use the sharpest edge of my angled brush and kind of start from the inner corner and drag my way out. And then I'll actually flip it around, but I want to make sure that I'm still on the sharpest part of the angle, and I'll sort of use a little flicking motion to kind of make a nice dark line in that crease there. As with almost any eye technique, it's always a really cool idea to go a little heavier on the outer corner where your eye kind of makes a V shape with the eyelid and the crease of the eye. So we'll just repeat this with the same color on this other eye. Trying to use the sharpest edge, and there I'm just kind of sweeping that into the crease, just trying to focus on making a really dark line with that medium brown color. You can already tell before I've even put any eyeliner on or any mascara that I'm already kind of defining that eye area and changing the shape of my eye with the illusion of the makeup. Now I'm just using some of that same medium brown, and I'm actually going to dust this on my lower lash line, just underneath my lashes, in that little part of lower eyelid. And this also amazingly hides my puffy eyelids. So why haven't I done this before? When you're using a neutral palette like this, sometimes there's not very much definition between the colors, especially when you get it onto your flesh tone. So you may have to build up a few different layers of the actual product or pigment until you get the desired shading that you want. But I just go in light layers because I always want it to blend as best as possible. So work that line, but don't forget to blend that in as well. This part makes me kind of nervous. I'm using a product I don't typically use, and that is white eyeliner, but I'm being optimistic today because I want to have the result of my small eyes looking a bit larger. And from everything that I've read and studied up on, it says that the trick to that is using white eyeliner on the bottom waterline. You can also use a flesh tone eyeliner, which I didn't even know existed. So I'm definitely going to be looking for that in the future. I've tried the white before, and I guess I just didn't have the right eye makeup combination. Ugh, sorry for the weird eye part there, you guys. Ugh, it's in every video. We have to do it. Anyways, that's not too bad. I mean, it actually does make my blue of my eyes a bit brighter. And now we're ready to pop the look with some mascara. Oh, but wait. First, we've got to curl those lashes. My eyelashes are just stick straight, so I always like to curl them in sections. I start with my first curl as close to my eyelid as possible, and I even kind of rest that big wide part of the lash curler up against my eyelid. You can already see the difference from one to the other. It's such a huge difference when I curl them. This will also make shorter eyelashes or normal eyelashes appear to be longer because they're actually going to stand up more once they're curled, and that is actually going to create a contrast once they're covered in mascara between the dark mascara on your lashes and the light eyeshadow base behind it. So here I'm going to make a really weird face. And I'm going to go back in and I'm going to crimp or curl this other eyelash again. And this time I'm going about midway on the lash, and that's going to give a really lifted, boosted curl. And again, just repeat on the other side. This can just about give you the appearance of false lashes without having to wear false lashes, especially when you add mascara to the mix. Now we're ready for that. For this video, I'm going to use this basic black mascara from Makeover Essentials. I love this simple straight applicator wand that it has. I don't want anything too fussy today. I've already curled my lashes, so I don't really want that curled wand. I just want a wand that's going to get the product all over my lashes and separate and lift them while I apply it. This one I think does a great job of that with the brush that it has. Here's a closer up look of that. I'm just going to go in and I'm going to do my other eye. And I like my lashes to kind of be fanned out. If you notice, some mascaras are really sticky. When you apply them, you end up matting your lashes all to one side. With this, I think that it's a nice, workable mascara. And as I apply my coats of mascara, I just kind of fan them out in the direction that they should be. Now I'm going to go in and I am going to apply a little bitty coat just on the tips of the bottom lash line, because you definitely want to make sure to darken up those lower lashes when you're trying to open up your eye. The contrast of the black mascara against that white eyeliner on the waterline is going to create this nice pop and this nice contour for that eye shape that you're creating. By the way, you guys, do we love these hair extensions or what? I know I do. These are 20-inch hair extensions that I got from Amazon. It is a flip-in headband, so it's very easy to put in. I love wearing this. I feel like it just completely boosts my mood and kind of changes my personality. So now we're going to kick it up a notch with some color. Since we kept the eye palette pretty neutral, I'm going to go in with this liquid lipstick called Liquid Catsuit by Wet n Wild, and the color is called Nice Diffusia. It comes with its own applicator, so I'm going to go ahead and just put this onto my lips just like this. And I actually like this applicator. It's got a beveled tip on it, which is also kind of curved to contour to your lip shape. So it makes it a little bit easier to paint it on. I feel like this one paints on so thick, and really this one lasts through just about everything except for when you eat. Some foods that you eat can actually make this wear off quicker than others, but like if you're just taking sips of your drink throughout the day, usually this is going to stay on and be pretty long wear for you. And the color is so rich and intense, and it's a nice matte finish, and if you want to add gloss to it, you can put a gloss over it, but it does kind of break down and weaken the lipstick. I'm just going a little bit slow here. As you can see, it's still taking me forever to get this makeup on, but I am messy with lipstick, so I just take my time and I'm really making sure to get the inside part of my lip as well, because sometimes you can see that whenever I smile or talk. I'm cleaning up the edges here, and don't worry, if you get messy, you can always go back in with concealer later and fix up your edges. Perfect. Are you guys loving my soundtrack today? It's Monster Cat Radio on Pandora. Let's go ahead and crack open this brand new eyeliner by Wet n Wild. This is the Liquid Eyeliner Pro Line Felt Tip Eyeliner Crayon, and it's got a really pointy tip on it. And this is just the color black, and I love this one. I use this stick all the time because it draws on the sharpest, most precise line that I can get, and I am really kind of a stickler about my winged eyeliner, and I have always been an eyeliner fan. Like, if I were stranded on a beach and had to pick one product that I couldn't live without, makeup-wise, it'd be my eyeliner, and I would want this pencil because it makes the best little pointed wings. So this one also, my favorite thing is that it dries without being sticky or gel-like, because some of the other liquid eyeliners I've used in the past will always end up on my upper eyelid because apparently I open my eyes really huge or something. but this one never transfers to my lid. Once it's on, it dries and it keeps its intense color. So you get like that gel-like liner, dark, intense, bold line without having to use a really sticky product. Again, like some of these other products, you just want to take your time and go slow. I think I even hold my breath when I do this. I just try not to be too shaky or to bump into anything because I just want a really perfect line. And I think the key is to work in short strokes or small sections. And like this, you can just come back and touch up. I'm just touching up that outer corner to fill in any blanks or missing spaces. And then I'm going to take just the lightest edge of the pen, the sharpest tip of that, and just trace over the edge of that line again to clear up any wobbles, any bumps, and make that super crisp. So if you're still hanging on and watching this video at this point, thank you. I guess that means you're totally invested in my makeup look at this point, and I appreciate you watching. Next, what I'm going to do is go in and do a bit of contour since I skipped that earlier in the step, and this is weird, I know. I'm going to actually use my eyeshadow palette to contour, but I want to use this blush tone and this brown tone here. And really, I don't see anything wrong with using this eyeshadow palette to do the trick because there are a lot of people who use neutral contour palettes to contour their eyes or to use it as eyeshadow. So it's powder pigment, vice versa. It's in the color I'm wanting, so I'm going to put it on my face. I don't care what anybody says. We're just doing this for fun. So when I contour, I like to suck in my cheekbones like that because I like to get that contour in that hollow part of my cheekbone area. And then I also like to hit the jawline and the brow bone of my eyelid and the hairline right up there in the corners and just above my eyebrows. I want it to look like the sun has naturally touched my face and gave me a nice tan or a nice glow in those spots that would normally get the sun first. So here we go again, and I'm going to go back in with a little bit more eyeshadow. And I'm picking the darkest color, but I'm actually using it this time to fill in my brows. And I'm using that sharp angled brush again. That way I can get a really crisp, detailed line. And I'm just going to lightly go into the darkest color in my eyeshadow palette, which is kind of like a charcoal black brown. And look at the difference here, dark versus not dark. Why wouldn't I do this? Makes a more dramatic brow, plus if you have any like light spots or spots where the hair just doesn't grow properly, you can kind of fake it and fill it in. No two eyebrows are the same, and not often are they symmetrical, so this is a really good way to just fill them in, make them look somewhat more natural than some of these waxy pencils. I feel like this just kind of darkens the hairs and gives you a really bold eye. And for this step, all I'm doing is taking the excess of that darkest shadow and I'm hitting that lower lash line again just to add a little bit more of a smudgy contrast against that white liner on my lower waterline. I think it's looking pretty good so far. I like it. I feel like my eyes definitely look a bit bigger and a lot more open, especially with that bold eyebrow. And one trick I did with my eyebrow is that I drew them out a little bit longer on each end, and that also extends the look of the brow and makes your eyes look bigger. So here we go with the fake eyelashes. And this part is always tricky, so we're just going to go at this slow, but I'm going to try a new technique with my glue, which I think is going to give it good adhesion for the whole day. So I'm just using some basic lash glue here that actually came with a set of lashes that I bought a long time ago. And I like to shake it really well because sometimes if it sits in your vanity for a while, it can get really watery. So I shake it up so it's good consistency. And some people apply it directly to the lash, but I'm actually going to add a little line on my hand right here. And what I'm going to do is control the amount of glue and how deep it gets on that band of that lash. So I'm just going to kind of swipe that through that glue like I'm swiping a credit card. I just want to get the glue in an even layer on that band. Not too much, but just the right amount. So I'm going to get that tacky and I'm going to let that sit on my hand to set up. While I'm doing that, I'm going to take the other lash and I'm going to go ahead and dip it into the glue as well. And then when I'm done with that, I'm just going to stick it to my hand also. So then I'm going to take the first one that I started with and I'm going to flex it and bend it a little bit. It's been in its case for about a month. So I want to make sure that I give this that nice curve that's going to sit really well against my eye shape. So I'm waiting a little bit longer to make sure that glue is nice and tacky, that it's somewhat dry before I apply it. You want it to be pretty sticky because otherwise it's just going to come right off. For this step, a lot of people use tweezers or even one of those fancy little eyelash applicators, which I got with this set of lashes. But I just prefer to use my fingertips because I get a little better control over it, at least I feel like. And typically the trickiest part for me when putting on false lashes is getting those corners pressed down correctly, because they tend to want to stick up on the ends. So you want to make sure you got enough glue on those corners, on those edges, and that you pressed it down firmly. See, that's not so hard. So now we're ready to do the other eye. And by now the glue on this one is set up and tacky and is ready to go. So we're going to give it a little bend and curl as well to get it nice and ready to sit on the eye. And do that the same way that we did the other eye. Just press it firmly in place with your fingertips. And clean up any excess glue and make sure you got a nice clean line when you press it on. And if you set it and you don't think it looks like it's in the right position, don't worry. Usually the glue is tacky enough in those first few seconds that you can pick it up and reposition and press it into place wherever you want it to sit. So that's it. Check it out. And look at this side view. Such an amazing difference, the length of these lashes. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's the complete look. I promise no more layers of eyeshadow. Hope to see you next time. Bye!